What's going on, great people? All of the great land. You already know where it is. Your favorite fantasy football homeboys in the building. Um, yeah, there's a lot to discuss today. Let's just say that. Myself and Johnny are gonna give it to y'all real straight, real quick. We're just gonna kind of go a little more quick, rapid fire, so we can get you guys ready for Sunday Night Football. Um, we're watching the last Lions Steelers game. It's been pretty much Steelers until Detroit started gaining momentum late. They're obviously driving out. They're within the 10 year. Yeah, 10. Now they're at the 16-yard line um, of the Steelers looking to win the game. But yeah, like week 16, man. Literally just how we pictured it, right?
I don't even have any words to really describe the emotions or lack of emotions that I have right now. I'm very numb. Um, you know, 16 weeks into it, all the way back into August, you put together this beautifully constructed, team grinding out every week. The highs, the lows, and like for it to end like this in a few leagues over the last 2 weeks has been to say that it's painful would be an understatement. Lack of sleep, waking up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, to hit waivers in some respects for some leagues. It's painful. It's painful for it to end like this, and then for it to end like this, like right around Christmas time too. It's the worst, man. It is the absolute worst. And then to quote somebody, and I quote, "It be your own people that do it to you. It be your own people." Jalen Warren did it to me today. Jalen Warren, my guy. And I tell you right now, I'm going to lose my mind if the Steelers lose this game and Jalen Warren did what he did and they lose this game. Who knows, man? Who knows? I might become a Tennessee Titan fan.
We're about to we're about to find out. About to find out.
Fourth and goal right here. We got fourth and goal. I would never be a Titan fan, by the way, so that's a lie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm just emotionally charged.
You'll probably take that one back later.
Yeah, it's taken back. It's already taken back.
Oh, okay. While we're waiting to find out the final of the Lions and Steelers epic finish, we gotta get to how things just kind of shaped out game by game, real quick, rapid fire. First things first, Saints handle business. It was looking weird for a while. Saints, I don't think they had gotten any type of sacks or any type of turnovers or anything before the half. And now, Saints win 29-9. And it was just, again, like, Jets being typical Jets, finding ways to just, Brady Cook getting sacked, holding the ball too long, stuff like that. It's just, again, like, Saints get the victory and, just get one step closer for the number one overall pick, baby. Going to be more happy about that. Anything to talk about the Saints slapping down the Jets like we talked about?
Yeah, Audric Estimate, take your ass home.
Yeah, sounds about right. Chris Olave had a banger of a day if you had him or if you faced him. Yeah, Chris Olave was someone that I always felt was underrated coming into the year, and it just feels good to kind of see him kind of flourish in the spot, but he went off today. And something that, just to keep in mind for the Saints, like he right now is, if I were to double check, I believe he's like I think he might be the top receiver there. No, he's wide receiver too.
Yeah.
10 catches, 148, 2 touchdowns. Like,
but wide receiver one on the day for sure.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, wide receiver one on the day. Yeah, definitely. Wide receiver one on the day. Yeah, some weird stuff definitely happened today for sure. Flag. Oh boy. Oh no.
I know. I'm
oh no, dude, it's your team. I get it. I'm just gonna ask you
right?
anything you find in. Like I said,
that's cool. Real quick. That's cool.
Bills win a shaky one. Yeah, you called this one. Browns covered 10 points in this one, but Buffalo didn't. Buffalo they didn't. They just didn't look crisp second half, And so kudos to Cleveland. They were keeping things, going. If you played against Harold Fan like I did today, my goodness, show talk about a guy that not came out of nowhere, but it was someone like had a collegiate career and stuff like that. Should have paid more attention to what he was. 2 touchdowns on a day. One of those was he took one in for. It sounds like Steelers won. So for Harold Fannin, 2 touchdowns on the day, and right now you're tight end 1 so far before the last 2 games of the NFL slate of Week 16 ends. Cam Ward, first victory at home. Man, Gardner Minshew tears his ACL. Thank you. Chiefs look like dog shit because that's just how it came about. And some guy that I've never heard of came in and started playing quarterback.
Polly Pockets.
I don't know who it was. I don't really care. He was trash. And the Titans get their first victory at home. What else is more to say? It's not the Chiefs version of Chiefs we're used to, and that's just kind of how it goes. Giants refuse to throw the balls right. Literally, like the whole first half. I think Jackson Dart only threw the ball like 1 time, like the entire first half. Ends up 7 for 13, 33 passing yards, dude. What? Like this is your rookie?
I'm just
week 5 doing this?
No,
You're afraid of how the Vikings are just going to keep
no. I'm going to say this, and this is it in a nutshell in this game for that right there. If you don't want to throw the ball because you don't want this guy to get hurt, just freaking play Jameis Winston.
Right.
Just play Jameis Winston, man. Like what are we doing? Like that might be the dumbest thing I have. Like just why? Why go through all of that to protect him from himself? Like if that's what it is, then just don't play him. Just don't play him.
Let's play Jameis Winston. He's more than capable. You know what I'm saying?
Our shit, even if they didn't play Jameis Winston, even if they played a third string quarterback, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Winston potentially next week. Not just because of that, but it's just because, what else are you playing for besides him getting more reps? Like, you could get him more reps and stuff, but I don't know. Hey, that is what it is. We'll find out. But Herbert beating the Cowgirls. Yeah, man. Like, Chargers, that was a good game. They were definitely going back and forth. But yeah, Herbert, like if you had him, he was solid for you, 300 yards passing on the dots, 2 touchdowns through the air, including 1 rushing for 42 yards. Like there was a couple of times that Herbert just got out there and just got scrambled all over him. Yeah, scrambled all over those dudes. So yeah, I mean Chargers, like based on what happened today, could find themselves playing Denver week 18 with division on the line. But they got to play Houston first. We'll get to that later. But they play Houston later and next week. So we'll have to see how that goes. Obviously, Cowgirls are definitely out. They can still play spoiler. Believe they play the Eagles one more time. Where's that? I think they play one more time.
No, it makes sense.
No, they don't. No. So it's just division opponents now. It's Washington.
Commanders. That's who it is.
Yeah. Yep. Commanders and the Giants. Felt good to be right about Hampton today. He came through. But just like Quentin Johnston, obviously he played for TCU, so we probably should have saw that as a narrative, whatever. But I don't know, it's very hard to trust certain players, especially this late in the season. But what could go right is what I like to say. What could go right? So if someone out there started Quentin Johnson, let us know. Hey, Rob, what's going on, my friend? Hope you made the qualifier for the Fans Classic final. Let us know. Gotta get some good juju in here. Chase Brown with the absolute breakout out of nowhere. Look, we saw P. Ryan score, and I'm sure people are flipping chairs over and stuff, because I had Chase Brown in a few spots. And I'm like, yo, this is just classic. Because he had 16 yards, basically rushing, no catches. and it was just looking so like bleak for him. And Joe Burrow was doing his thing, so I was like, "Yeah, go do your thing, Joe Burrow." Then all of a sudden, Chase Brown finishes with 3 total touchdowns, 109 total yards, and he's currently your RB1 right now in full point PPR format.
What I hate about this is just the fact that like some of these teams, like and some of these players, like didn't do shit all year long, and like they finally decided
Chase Brown has been consistent
they
since.
finally
He had been consistent.
the last 5 weeks, the last 5 weeks, the last 5 weeks, the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But like again, like a lot of people, like unless you were just in a scenario where like you just really crushed your draft, like Chase Brown was a guy like back in August, man, he was a people were steaming him, and he was people were making the case for him to be a end of the first round. Obviously, he was a second round pick. So like I say that to say like exactly what just came out of my mouth is like there's a lot of teams out there that probably didn't make it. I know I have a team for sure with Chase, 2 teams with Chase Brown that didn't make it here, but obviously I have a couple of teams today that do have Chase Brown that obviously I'm not complaining about. But I did go against him in another league. But yeah, like this made sense. Like this was a smash spot for the Bengals, and Joe Burrow talked about it this morning. Great game environment. Just really wish those touchdowns. I guess it wouldn't have mattered in that other league if it would have went to Jamar Chase or not. But just for DFS purposes, I wish it would have been Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Chase Brown.
The fact he did all this on 16 touches, man, it's even more impressive in my opinion. So
that was it was like, but I'm not here to hate. Like it was like I benefited from it, right? But like it was one of those situations where like
I did too.
The game was starting to get out of hand, and like you're inside the red zone, and like T. Higgins just caught a touchdown, in the first series. Jamar Chase is burning you every other play down the field. All right, just don't let those guys catch it. Oh shit, we forgot about Chase Brown. That's what we expected from Chase Brown. That's what we were hoping to get from him, right? Was that right there every week, with Joe Burrow, and it just didn't happen just given the circumstances. But Chase Brown out here getting people to the fantasy championship this week for sure. So shout out Chase Brown, even though I really don't like you. Probably a nice guy. You just wear the wrong color uniform. That's all.
Oh, and going back to that game, like, man, Achane, man, I just don't understand how you weren't force feeding him enough. I'm like, every time I felt like he touched the ball, it was decent, but it was like they got away from it. And you're not and this is what we kind of worried about, like not enough check down passes to him, like for volume purposes. It's like it hasn't really been there in like 3 of the last 4, but it was still like, come on, kid. Like, you should be checking down Achane here. Like, so.
Yeah, I mean, but that was one of the things like I talked about, right? It's like, right. Tua understands the assignment. Quinn Ewers.
For us, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he understands the assignment, right? For us, yeah. But like that's Quinn, like, yeah, like he don't get it. He don't get it.
No. Jags stun the Broncos. I'm watching the game. And I'm like, this is not the same Denver defense I've been watching. It's like, it just like, hey, Trevor Lawrence, kudos to him. We've already given him his props. But it was like, man, like, I really can't tell if it's more Trevor Lawrence right now or if it's like, in this game, was it more Trevor Lawrence? Because he was carving them dudes up. And he even took he took the QB option literally and dusted him. So, like, yeah, like, it was just a good game, but definitely the Jags took care of business on the road, and they kind of look kind of scary at the moment. Like
they've taken over now the new sexy AFC, trendy pick. The thing about Trevor Lawrence is, I said, like, I think this is where it stops, and I've been riding with Trevor Lawrence for the last 5 weeks. Wish I would have rode with him again today, because today, Trevor Lawrence, we were talking a lot about, like, who finished when and what. Today, Trevor Lawrence finishes QB1 today. And that's the first time all season long a quarterback in the fantasy space has had back-to-back QB1 finishes all season long. So nobody else is nobody else, like nobody in the league has done that other than Trevor Lawrence. So like that's that. And again, obviously there's still some games to be played, right? But man, like Trevor Lawrence, like, you know, we had high upside and high hopes for him coming into the season with Liam Cohen. And I think, like, you know, it kind of, we were like, oh, you know, like the first 4 weeks, nobody was feeling him, and he was dropped in a few leagues. And then after that, man, like he's been on a heater ever since week 5, man. Realistically, I mean, he had a couple down weeks, but overall, man, Jacksonville Jaguars looking like a very, very, very tough out in the AFC playoff picture.
Yep. And we'll see what happens after tomorrow night between the Niners and the Colts, but Jaguars are positioning themselves perfectly to host a playoff game in the next couple weeks. So they've just been playing better. Look, we've said their defense before is like, you know, bend but don't break, but they're opportunistic. And I just think with Knicks, there's just some of the stuff I just saw with Knicks today, just kind of, it's just, again, it's like, you remember, like, oh man, you know, this is what Knicks can look like sometimes. Like, just not like
I think like that's like it is what it is, like with him, right? I think like you're gonna get that, right? Like we got to remember, right? And I think like we've seen it already happen like a couple times already with a couple of these quarterbacks that are second-year quarterbacks, right? Like people have been hot and cold with Caleb Williams. They've been hot and cold with him, but like he's won games. Like Drake May, people have been very hot with him, but like there's moments where like he reminds you that like he's a second-year starting quarterback. Like same thing like with Bo Nix, right? So I think like that's the thing for me. Like one of the call outs I think for the Jags that like is really low key going underrated is I know you're a Parker Washington guy. I'm not like I don't think that he's like one of the guys like that.
I'm a little upset that he beat me to the punch, but it's okay.
Yeah, but like I think that's the call for the Jags though right now, right? It's like you look around at Jags, you know, the skill players, and it's like, all right, well, you know, if you try to take away Brian Thomas Jr., all right, cool. Like you got Jacoby Myers. All right, if you're able to, you know, man-to-man take away one of the guys and then scheme up for the other guys, then you got Parker Washington, then you got Brenton Strange. But then you also have Travis Etienne out of the backfield as well, who, you know, is a very, very good receiving back. Like the Jaguars they are scary on offense, man, for sure. Because I think Trevor Lawrence, like and it's easy to forget this stuff sometimes, man, but like he was heralded like a generational talent, like Andrew Luck. Like that's what people were saying, right? And I think like you know, we've seen it. Like we've seen it with a lot of quarterbacks that sometimes A, it just takes time, and B, you just got to have the right coach. And you got to have the right infrastructure around. And I think that the Jags, man, they're on to something, bro. Like they're on to something. And
Parker
Washington, I would not want to go to Duval.
Wide receiver 3 currently on the week.
Yeah.
6 catches, 145 and a touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I'm sure he's plenty available on all these waiver wires, right? So
probably.
Yeah, he's available in 67% of sleeper leagues. So yeah, like Bijan returns home, takes out the Cardinals. Falcons get the job done. Anyone that was rooting for all the Cardinals players for fantasy, I got bad news for you. They probably tanked you overall like they did me.
So don't say me. Don't say us. They tanked us today too.
Right, they tanked us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I got no words for it. You know, Brissett came off a game where he had been consistent throughout ever since he really been a starter. So it's just unfortunately fitting that, you know, Brissett doesn't show up for you in a moment that you need him the most. So what else is there more to say? McBride, same thing. Like he hadn't had a cold game almost all year. Now they decide to not throw McBride the ball enough. Like,
man, they threw him one in the end zone, man. He got alligator armed on it, man. They threw it. Brissett threw it. It was in a window, man, and he it was an alligator arm move. It wouldn't have changed my scenario, man. It's the only league I got Trey McBride in. This is my last year with him.
Would have changed up a little bit. I still got Henderson in that league tonight, but still like
but like it all adds up though, right? Like it all like there was that one, and then there was a Michael Wilson pass that ended up being a pass interference call to Michael Wilson. He just stopped running. If he just would have kept running, man, like, you know, it would have been a different story. But I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, you know, maybe it's just better to be the fourth seed sometimes. Who knows?
Whatever. At this rate, what you gonna do?
Yeah. No, I mean, there's not really like
them all year. So
yeah, and Jacoby Brissett had been
really cooled off.
Yeah, he'd been riding hot. But Elijah Higgins is who we're talking about today.
Yeah,
with his 8 targets.
Classic fantasy football, right?
Yeah,
Classic.
And then like I know we don't have time to talk about it, but like at some point, what do you do with Marvin Harrison Jr. now going into next year? Like, I know this isn't the space for it right now, but like when I just sit there and look at it, and because like I think a lot of people are like, oh well, you know, I'll get a discount on them, and it's like, oh well, yeah, it went from 2nd round discount to 4th round discount. Wow, man, like what unbelievable, bro, unbelievable. Anyways, yeah.
Raiders put up a fight against the Texans, and they definitely did, but I sat Ashton Genty in one of my leagues because I had too many good running back options. And who would have thought this is the matchup? This is the matchup. This is the matchup.
This is the matchup.
This is the matchup.
Like sarcastically, I even
this is the matchup, dog.
I sarcastically even said
this
like,
number one rated defense in the NFL, the Houston Texans.
Sarcastically,
this is the matchup.
I would have said him. Listen, I probably would have. Listen, you know how much I love trades. I probably would have traded Ashton Genty by now. Like, so, like, I can't even like. I don't have anything negative to say like at all because like like
this is just real life.
This is real life.
Nico scores a touchdown late. Like, so if you had Nico, you were, you know, going, whew, you know, wiping your brow a little bit. But yeah, look, like, what else? I mean, look, Genty just got loose. We know he's the talented running back, so this is what it is. And lastly, I'm gonna let you take it away.
The mother Pittsburgh Steelers. I thought these boys was going to be in big trouble today. I thought Jahmyr Gibbs was getting ready to go hammer time today. The Pittsburgh Steelers showed me something today, man. Although they almost gave up the game overall today. The one thing I will say, man, is Aaron Rodgers. I was watching the game. It reminded me of like playing Madden, where you come out and like you have the formation that you want, and then you just get up to the line of scrimmage, and then you just create your own play up at the line of scrimmage. Like that's essentially like what I was taking away from him. Like today is like he definitely is in a rhythm for sure. And for them to get this win today, this is huge because tonight I am going to be rooting like crazy for the New England Patriots tonight to get this dub against the Baltimore Ravens. But like what a big win for them, man, on the road for sure. Like in this space, Aaron Rodgers, 266 yards. Jaylen Warren, it be your own people. The 1 year I don't just go crazy and draft a bunch of Steelers players, and Jaylen Warren's the guy that does it to me today in one of my home leagues.
Gainwell did it to you too. So, wow, Gainwell did well.
Last week it was Gainwell. This week it's Jaylen Warren. So like I literally have gotten by both of my guys who both did my number one overall teams, man. That's the hard knock life about fantasy. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, dude, I'm happy. I'm happy with the win for sure. It was ugly. It was a tough one, but like most importantly, man, just the fact that what they were able to do to hold Jahmyr Gibbs in check, man, like that screams volumes to me, man, for sure. So I have a lot more confidence. I have a lot more confidence now than I did previously. So, yeah, I got that, man. I got that ready to go. We got 10 minutes. I'm ready.
Sorry, yeah.
No, it's good. I was gonna ask you about it. Yeah, I got it.
Nah, sorry, because sometimes Monday, because like that 5-minute difference between Sunday and Monday at times. That's all.
Yeah,
all that was.
Yeah,
yeah. Kudos to the Steelers getting it done. You know what I'm saying? They kind of took the hard way out today. They took the hard way out of this one today.
Not my guys.
Yeah, not your guys. No, of course not.
My guys. No.
But yeah, Detroit scoring 17 points in the final frame to make it a game. Like after they looked lifeless. Yeah, I mean, kudos to them. I think the Lions are definitely a life sport now when it comes to the playoff race. So I think
Crazy.
they'll need to win their last two, and they'll need to have some help for them to potentially get into the postseason at this point. They're down a game to the Packers, who hold the final spot. And then that's pretty much where we see things for the NFC, because that's how we see it for the moment. Right now, it's before the Niners play, we'll find out how everything shakes out, but they're already guaranteed a playoff spot. So, yeah, we'll have to see how things shake out for the last couple of games. See if whoever Green Bay or Detroit, if either one of those guys can get in, because I know Jordan Love, like, we'll find out how things stand with him as far as his concussion, if he gets cleared or not. And if he does, he plays against the Ravens. So yeah, just got to keep eyes on that NFC watch for basically seeding, and also obviously who's still going to come out being the number one seed. But tonight's showdown Sunday Night Football matchup, we got a good one. We got the Patriots, we got the Ravens in a showdown between, if the Ravens lose, they are pretty much out. Yeah, they're out. I was double checking standing, because right now as it stands, like Houston, because they have 10 wins, they have, they're up 2 games on the Colts right now, and they're up 3 games on the Ravens for the final spot. So Ravens would need, again, they're going to have to try to sneak somehow. They have to win out, and they'll need the Steelers lose the next 2, which you guys play them again.
Them in Cleveland
After last week of the season. So
yep, them in Cleveland.
Got to beat you guys, not to beat you guys in order to have an opportunity at the division crown. But that all stops here if they lose tonight against the Patriots. Ravens are a 3 and now 3.5 favorite at home. Patriots 11-3, still fighting for that number 1 seed, because Denver dropped the ball today. So if they win, they still have an opportunity at the number 1 seed. Lose, and all it would take for Denver is to win next week, and they have the number 1 seed. So that being said, Johnny, what do you like about this game? Who do you like? Stuff like that. Players for DFS, we're about to break that down.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick one. It's going to be a quickie. Travion Henderson is where I'm going immediately, man, for MVP tonight.
I'm not
even thinking about it. I'm going there for sure. And then I know Lamar it hasn't happened, but there's also a narrative here too that there's obviously the variable Derrick Henry narrative here tonight. So I don't know what that means for anything, but there's obviously a narrative, and I like narratives. But I definitely think I'm going to go with Drake May. You got to find a way to get him into this lineup. And then for the Ravens, I think Derrick Henry's the play, because I think that's what they're going to want to do, right? They're going to want to obviously establish the run. And I think this is a really good foundational piece here. And then we got 4,800 is what we got to deal with. So we got to figure out, we got to find. So I think, where did I see him at? It seems like Keaton Mitchell is another guy that they really want to get involved. So I'm going to go with Keaton Mitchell. And then we got 5,800 to play with moving forward. So Patriots, you're saying Ramondre Stevenson, they're going to get him the ball. So I'm going to do that. Now we got 6,000, and now it's, do we want a Mark Andrews? We want an Isaiah Likely? We don't have too many.
Last week, I don't know.
Well, we don't have too many options, right? You know what? Actually, I'm going to go Mark Andrews. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. That's my lineup.
All right,
made it quick. Yeah, made it quick, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that right there.
You're not using Lamar at all, huh?
I'm not using Lamar at all, no. And one of the reasons why I'm not going to use Lamar is because I think Vrabel has always just done a really good job at taking away teams' best options, right? He comes from the school of Belichick. Lamar just hasn't. He looked like that against Cincinnati last week. I'll give him some credit, in that space. But we even seen Quinn Ewers today have a couple moments, right? So I think, again, against a defense like the Patriots, I don't know, man. Like, I say a defense, I would say more of a scheme like the Patriots. So I'll kind of walk that one back. A scheme like the Patriots, and I think like this automatically gives us some leverage as well in this space. And if anything pops off for the Ravens, we got Derrick Henry, right? Like, so we know like that's pretty touchdown heavy. Mark Andrews pretty touchdown heavy. And if the game gets out of control and it becomes like a passing game, we got a pass catcher in Andrews and Keaton Mitchell, who looks like he's a guy that like he's got a solidified role here. So I feel pretty good about this lineup right here. It's not crazy unique. It's not crazy anything. I just think it's very solid. I think this is a cash lineup. I think it gets us back in the space of things. And like I said, man, I'm rooting for the Pats tonight, man. It's only a few times. This is couple of moments in life that I don't like when I have to root for the when it's the Pats and the Ravens, but it is what it is.
Any thought to put Henry at captain tonight?
I don't mind it, man. Like, I think everybody, like, and I know man, like I was a big Derrick Henry guy. I still am a big Derrick Henry guy coming into the year. Definitely thought him over Christian McCaffrey. Not like I wouldn't say, yeah, I guess I would say over. Because like I just thought that like Derrick Henry just physically, like I had less of a time believing that Derrick Henry would regress versus Christian McCaffrey. And Christian McCaffrey has solely been on volume. I mean, but Derrick Henry, he's running back 14 on the year, but he's only had 2 top 5 finishes so far this season in the fantasy space. He's had a couple of top 10 finishes. What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 of them top 12 finishes, but again, only 2 top 5 finishes. So I think like Derrick Henry is just more touchdown dependent, which is why like I'm not entertaining him at the captain. If I was going to entertain anybody else at the captain spot, it'd be Drake May. That's who I would entertain there, just obviously because of his mobility and whatnot. But yeah,
here's what I got. I got Henry at captain. And the reason why is why I'll go into that for the betting segment. And I got the Ravens in this one. They have to get this one. They have to. It's a must win. It's a must win for them. It's a must win in this spot. And it doesn't, from like schematically perspective, it doesn't look the best. Because Milton Williams, like, is one of those guys that in the middle for the Patriots, like, if he was in this game, I'd probably change my tune on this a little bit. But in terms of how he's been so successful for them, like check this. Patriots right now have one of the worst run defenses. They're ranked 29th in EPA per drop for play. And that's it. They allow a success rate top 5 right now against the run. So my whole thing with that is Ravens going to want to run the football. They're at home. Derrick Henry. You already know the deal. And Lamar Jackson, like, I think for as bad as Lamar has been, I do think that Lamar deserves one more crack. With the season on the line, I think we're gonna get we should get Lamar's best tonight. He should be more healthy. And we're just gonna have to find out. But I'll gladly take the $200 discount right now. And people liking Drake May and stuff. So I got Henry, I got Andrews. I got Henry at captain, Andrews, Lamar. I got Trevion, Demario Douglas, and I got the New England kicker. Just so you can kind of like, even if Patriots do score, you get a nice little point out of it. This could be a game. It could be just slowish, sluggish, back and forth. Field goal game potential too. So, like I said, this is it for the Ravens. So last gas time for them. To the prop shop we go. You got this. You got the Patriots, right? You're taking the points of the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
All right. Derrick Henry, 80+ rush yards or more. Goes back to what I just talked about. Last 7 weeks for New England, they allowed 6 most yards per yards before contact. And the Ravens offensive line leads the NFL in yards before contact. But that being said, that's something we look out for. This is definitely a prime spot thing for Henry. If they don't get it done tonight, they just don't get it done tonight. But I feel like if they do, Derrick Henry, we could see him go off for 100 yards tonight. Drake May over 240 pass yards. Ravens, still a defense that is susceptible to the deep ball. And they're still playing a ton of man coverage. who was going to benefit from that? Stephon Diggs, Hunter Henry. So, and then anything underneath between Stevenson and overall Henderson. But with Drake May, I do think that if the game can go a little bit, more up in pace, both of these teams right now are middle of the pack when it comes to pacing. This could, become an interesting spot for Drake May. So I do like the value on this one for 240. And lastly, speaking of value, TreVeyon Henderson, 70 plus more scrimmage yards. Wow. He's done. I'm not sure if the books know something or whatever. We're getting extreme discount on this. He's covered this line like the last 5 games, last 6 games from scrimmage. So yeah, like give me all the value on this. So that's what I got. That's what I got.
I got nothing, man. I'm I am emotionally exhausted. I got nothing else to give tonight, man. I got nothing else to give tonight. Like I got nothing else to give tonight. Listen. Yeah, if I make it through this game tonight, I would be amazed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'd be amazed.
I would be amazed.
And to show you my confidence and how confident I am that I'm probably not going to make it through the game, I actually put in a bet just simply for the first quarter.
Hey yo.
TreVeyon Henderson. No. TreVeyon Henderson, 25 rushing yards in the first quarter was a bet that I took. But like I say that, and I'll probably be ready to crash out again tomorrow when we do our show. Last waiver wire show of the season,
last
which
waiver wire show of the year.
It's crazy to think that.
About me, folks.
Yeah, I know. It's and so I'll be kind of shifting my brain to NBA on Mondays, or just NBA in general. Still got the playoffs.
Right? Join the party, brother.
Yeah, no. You know me. Listen, I'm the Percy Miller of this here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah. So no, man, it's been fun. And now to watch 2 teams that I absolutely hate, to see which one I hate less after the game's over with.
I know, right? Same here. But I hate the Patriots a little bit more than the Ravens. So, but yeah, much love, my brother, for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely get a few. We'll see what happens. But yep, always head up, always.
Yeah, facts.
But look, I think that it's been one heck of a season. So, TreVeyon Henderson, bring it home for me, dog.
Hacksaw University ball so hard.
Bring it home. Just bring it home for me, dog. Bring it home. Land the plane for us. So, that being said, wish y'all an awesome evening. Join us here 7 o'clock p.m. EST. Monday Night Football, Niners, Colts. Hopefully Taylor and McCaffrey don't do their thing tomorrow. And that's all I gotta say for a primer for that. But that being said, we love y'all, we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all. Peace.